in about, what, 20 minutes? 20 minutes. So what's this, our, about our 7th or 8th show with this?
I believe it's the 7th show with this lineup.
And it's been incredible. Musicianship's better. The turnouts have been a lot better. The shows have been a lot of fun. Should be a lot of fun tonight. Do we have any plans on stage tonight?
I don't think we have any plans. Our plan is to not make a plan usually.
Yeah.
So whatever happens, happens up there for us. It's all spontaneous.
Very spontaneous. If we plan something, we'd probably be laying on our butts when it's time to do it.
Yep.
Falling more than likely.
The way it's going to go tonight, it's going to go non-stop, and we're going to play our little hearts out and make the best of the situation tonight. Make the best of the situation because of the turnout. Everyone's kind of mad that the headline band didn't show up, but we're still here, you know, and we're going to play our best. Now that we're what is your plans for the band?
Plans for the band? Well, the measly money we make here and there, we're trying to save up for recording right now so we can put our own CD out, which would be a pretty cool thing to have about right now, wouldn't it? CD out. And we want to make some t-shirts and, you know, play as many shows as possible. It's a lot of fun.
And what we want to do, pretty much the stuff that was released in the past really doesn't show what we were doing now. And we really want to blow that stuff away.
Exactly.
So, the stuff we're going to release, as soon as we get the bread and get the money, it's going to pretty much blow everybody away. Even the old shit that very metal released.
Now, how do you relate what you are doing to the early days of rock and roll in the 60s?
Oh, I think it's pretty similar, really. You know, the audience were kind of chaotic back then, and just there to have fun. There weren't too many restrictions or too many cliques that you know, rock and roll has today. It was pretty unpolished. It was, you know, it was really primitive and raw and fun, and that's kind of what we try to bring into it. That's where the whole punk rock thing comes from.
Now, you have plans to become rich and famous?
I doubt it. No. Not in a punk rock thing. You don't.
I do.
He's gonna sell the band.
One of these days I'll become rich and famous.
How much does drugs play a part in your performance?
Very little.
Alcohol more.
I drink a few beers during the show, but that's about it. A few or more, depending on who you are.
I myself, I haven't had a drink in a long time. I don't really need it. The adrenaline when I get up on stage is far more outrageous than a drunk. So
I can't go on stage without having a drink. I got that stage fright. So I had to at least have too many beers sometimes to go on stage, but it's all in good times.
Now I notice, if I can see your arms, that you have an incredible amount of tattoos on your arms. Now, do you ever think that someday you'll be sorry that you had all these tattoos placed on you?
Well, I'm hoping that day will never come. I'm really hoping it doesn't. I think about that every time I'm sitting there, but I'm hoping that day never comes, because when that day comes, I'm going to be one unhappy man.
Have you got any tattoos on your chest?
Yes.
Can you see them? What is that?
A little cartoon wolf.
Strap the guitar on, tune it up, then adrenaline starts to pump, and then this maniac comes on stage, and this maniac comes on stage, and I look back there, and there's another maniac behind us, so then we just we have a set list, and well, we don't always follow the order of it or nothing like that. We might add a song or subtract a song, but we look at that, we go from there. We pretty much just take it in a really basic manner. We practice these songs, then we get up on the stage and we play them, put as much energy into them as we possibly can, and hopefully
try to have fun for ourselves. I guess the most important thing for myself, anyway. It's got to be fun for me.
How do you know if you're really connecting with the audience?
You know,
know if you're connecting with them. It's hard to tell. Sometimes if an audience is getting crazy and jumping off the stage, depending on how big the audience is, or the audience is dancing and just going crazy, that's kind of appreciation.
Sometimes it's obvious that they're into it. You know, they're up there going crazy,
sometimes it's not,
dancing around.
So you can have a full house of people just standing there bobbing their heads, and you know, when you're up on that stage, you can't see that.
Tonight what happened, someone came in and the headline band wasn't playing, but they still paid their money. They're like, we saw you guys play the other night and you guys were incredible, and they still paid their money. Even though they're sitting at the bar having a few drinks, if they come up to you and say that you guys were really good, you know, that makes it all worth it. Even though people aren't dancing around going crazy, which is great, but even if people say, you guys really impressed me, that always
even just one or two people saying that is something that help a lot.
Music's kind of a primitive form of rock and roll, aggressive primitive form. I guess sex would have something to do with that.
I like that, sex, aggressive and primitive. That's the best kind.
What's the most wildest thing you guys have ever done on stage?
Oh, with these guys, just the mayhem of the audience is really, the audience really shows it. He's like a bird or something, a vicious bird flying around back and forth on and off the stage. This band in particular has a past history of pretty wild shows.
Bottles being broken on heads, you know, people getting ran over.
Our last singer was a very self-destructive person on the stage.
Lots of blood, lots of beer, lots of women.
And the band was kind of the soundtrack then. Now the music is more the soundtrack to everybody having a good time, I guess you could say. What we want to play, and really in the music, we want control over our music first of all. We want to release our own stuff. We want to be able to write and put onto a recording whatever we feel that we want to do. Like, for instance, we come to band practice, one of us with a song. It's like we try to get each individual to contribute something to that song instead of just someone saying, okay, here's the song. Because it brings personality to it, and it makes everybody happy that way.
So what do you like, all three of you, as far as mainstream music?
I like early rock and roll for the most part. Early 60s to late 50s rock and roll.
Elvis Presley is one of my biggest idols, and he will always be one of my biggest idols. I can wake up in any mood and listen to Elvis Presley and be one happy man. That he pretty much set the road for anything nowadays that is out of line, untamed, and extreme. Elvis Presley did that.
How about you?
For me, I can listen. There's just a few random songs here and there I like now and then, but for the most part, commercial music or whatever you want to call it doesn't appeal to me. It just lacks something. It's made to be for the masses, I guess you might say. It just doesn't really appeal to me.
That's like that crab meat you buy at the store. Imitation crab meat. That's what mainstream music is.
Right.
It's they got producers, and some people even have songwriters, which I don't understand. I guess a pretty voice would take care of that. But
I think they might wait on us in there, boys.
I mean, you guys have to perform.
I think we have to perform.
Okay, have a good time. We'll be out there watching.
All right, all right.
Thank you.
Here's the very new punk rock band, Very Metal, performing from their new CD at the Creepy Crawl on Tucker. Very Metal. Check them out.
So you think you got the answers, and now you're like a piece of cake. You're